Success! Oh, hi. Glad you're here. I'm glad to be with you. I must reiterate, this video is intended for no one. It's not intended for you. You don't want to watch it. You have no interest in it, and you shouldn't watch it. Unless you're a friend, family member, or loved one, and God forbid something has happened to me, or yada yada yada. I just want some of these things on record before I forget them and or they get lost upon my eventual demise. That could be tomorrow. That could be 50 years from now. I don't know. So, my 20s. My 20s. My 20s. My 20s. I'll be 40 in exactly 3 months. So, that was about half my life ago. But most of my 20s were spent obsessed over one woman. So it's pretty much one topic I'll try to go over as quickly as possible. I decided I'm going to go back and cover other things in their own videos to kind of, otherwise I'm just going to forget everything or I'm going to talk about too much. So things like tattoos, concerts I've been to, celebrities I've met, near-death experiences, relationships. I'll just do other videos about that, probably later in the year after I'm 40. So for now, I'll just go over the cliff notes of my 20s. Let's see, to recap, back in my late teens, let's see, dropped out of high school, got off all them pills, got out of jail, no more depression, psychosis. I'm all good now. Things can be overcome when you just snap out of it. And no one should be diagnosed with stuff when they're a teenager, because it's called being a teenager. You gotta wait till your brain's fully developed, at least after the age of 25, before people start shoving meds down your throat. Anywho, but I met my future wife, current ex-wife, in high school, and it was one of those tropey, I saw her walk into class and got all googly-eyed and went, I want that. I doubt I had the literal thought of I'm going to marry her one day, but it was pretty much the same sentiment. Like, I want to be with her. I want her. Very possessive, which relationships are. They're very possessive and selfish. You're demanding on possessing that person as your own property forever if you get married. That's pretty messed up, isn't it? Wait till you get to my Who I Am Now video, which you won't because nobody's watching this, right? But my Who I Am Now video in a couple of months is going to be my current thoughts and beliefs and how I got there. Well, we're covering how I got there. But my current thoughts and beliefs are very, I'm sure they'd be controversial if anyone gave a damn. But back then, saw her, I was obsessed with her. I was head over heels smitten for her right off the bat. I remember she had a partner in English class, and he needed her phone number for a school project. And when she gave him her number, I all like creepily wrote it down on my arm and was like, I'm gonna call you. And she was like, okay. Like I can't believe I got away with half this stuff with as creepy as I was back then. This was the year 2000 when I met her. And, at one point, I walked into school with shaved eyebrows, overalls, and a cowboy hat. I quoted Star Wars to her once when she was teasing me, and I said, laugh it up, fuzzball. I was just quoting Han Solo, but she took serious offense to that because I called her fuzzball, and she had no idea that I was quoting Empire Strikes Back. Anywho, but I still, eventually, so I did call her after writing that number down, and her dad answered, and I asked for her. And she picked up the phone and was like, who? And I was like, hey, it's me. And she's like, what? What the heck? I was like, yeah, I said I was going to call you. She was like, okay, weirdo. I don't know how eventually I got away with this, but we became friends. She knew that I liked her. And I would walk her home from school sometimes. And one time, and this was in the time where I would be obsessed with women, and I wouldn't call it stalking, but I would enjoy going for a walk that would take me past their house. That's not stalking, that's just going for a walk. And then enjoying the fact that there they were inside that building, and it gave me comfort. Nothing wrong with that. So I would do that with her a lot. And then one day she said something about her window. For some reason, I snuck in on her window one night, and we hung out all night. All I did was give her a back rub, and we talked all night. And then I snuck out the window in the morning. And then I told my friend at school the next morning, because I was exhausted because I hadn't gotten any sleep. And she's like, "What's the deal?" And I said, "Well, I said I spent the night at Amanda's house. That was all I said." Next thing I know, that friend of mine told one person. This is how high school works, and this is how rumors work. So don't even. Keep your mouth shut and keep everything to yourself. Next thing I know, Amanda's pissed off at me because everyone's talking about how I said that she slept with me. Imagine being blindsided by that. First, I'm blindsided that she wouldn't talk to me after we just had this wonderful night together. And then I'm blindsided by why. All because I told my one friend that, and my friend interpreted I spent the night there, where there was no sleeping involved, and no physical activity involved, and nor did I say there was. But she took that as, oh, they slept together, told her friends, they told 3 friends. It took literally a matter of minutes in a high school for that rumor to catch on. We got over that, but we were just, for years we were just best friends. I had to deal with her constantly being, are you kidding me right now? I'm getting a phone call from my son's school vice principal. I'm gonna have to take this. Please hold.